So you want to start collecting Pokemon cards, but you don't know how to get started? Well, this is the perfect video for you. Hey, welcome back to the channel. So I was asked by a new collector some advice on how to get started collecting Pokemon cards. First things first, start small. Start very small. Decide what you want to start buying. Do you want to start buying sealed? Do you want to start buying cards? If you're going to start buying sealed, I highly suggest that you stick with PCETBs and booster boxes. Only buy one or two at a time. That's going to ensure that you get to know the market, you get to get a feel of the market and see how things move, and you get to understand what hype looks like in this market, and you're also not over leveraging yourself. Make sure you save money for banger sets. Make sure you save money for the bigger sets. You don't want to miss out on a big set coming up like Celebrations, right? Or Ascended Heroes. You want to make sure that you save your money. You only spend what you can. So that's why I'm saying stick to one or two. Second, you want to build up your inventory. Never, ever, ever open boxes. Never open a sealed product ever. If you want cards out of that set, just buy them. Opening up a sealed box is basically just gambling. You have to understand if you're going to do that, then you need to be okay with just burning money for fun. And there's nothing wrong with that either. A lot of people spend money on a bunch of different things in life just for fun. Going out to eat, going to amusement parks, whatever, taking a vacation. There's all sorts of things people spend money on. Just make sure that you really want to spend your money on the opening experience. You're most likely not going to pull your chase card, and if you do, it's a luck of the draw. Which leads me into number 3, again, going back to buying your cards. Make sure you only buy the cards that you love, because chances are that you're going to be looking at them for a very long time. Number 4 is, since you are going to be out there buying things, you're most likely not going to find anything for MSRP. Not online or not in the stores, unless you're going throughout your city hunting for Pokemon on the shelves. And most likely at that time, you're not going to find a box that you actually want. So what do? You're left with either Facebook Marketplace, eBay, TCG Player, or Instagram. Start with Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace, you're probably going to be able to find deals in your city. You're probably going to be able to find people wanting to get rid of collection boxes, wanting to get rid of other sets that they have been holding on to and have appreciated, but also need to pay their bills or do something else with that money. So you may be able to get that at a 70 to 75 or 80% discount. That's what I would aim for. If you can't, even 85 is good. That's still cheaper than eBay. So next is eBay or TCG Player. I would suggest looking at eBay next, because a lot of the times you can find bids that are ending low on some of these products. So definitely keep an eye out on the auctions first. And if you can't do that, well, market price is probably going to end up being your only option. So market price between eBay and TCG Player flip-flops. Sometimes it's cheaper on eBay, sometimes it's cheaper on TCG Player. You're just going to have to look between the two if you're trying to buy it right now and not wait for an auction to end and possibly have wasted your time because it went over your bid. Instagram, I'm not too familiar with. I don't use it, but I do advise that if eBay or TCG Player doesn't work, also go look at Instagram, see if there are any sellers out there that are selling something a little bit cheaper than market, and maybe you can get something that you want. 5, avoid rip and ships. Rip and ships are always going to be more expensive. Again, this is another fun thing. If you want to have fun, go ahead and do some rip and ships and get in the chat and get to know people and be a part of the community, but just understand you're paying more. Most importantly, market price is not a bad price if you are patient. Patience is king. Patience is key in this hobby. If you have patience, you're going to be able to eventually own things like this Evolving Skies booster box, maybe even this Fusion Strike booster box. Patience will also allow you to move into different things like, I don't know, Magic the Gathering, if that's your thing, or maybe even Naruto. These are very expensive. These are very rare, and I was able to buy these with profits from Pokemon. And as a little side bonus, my advice to you is don't go after the big ticket PSA 10 items when you're just starting out. Try to spend your money on smaller cards that are 20, 50, maybe even cheaper than $20. That way you can get to know the grading process if you are going to start grading your cards and send them to PSA or Beckett or CGC. Learn how that works first with cheaper cards. That way you know what you're doing and you know what to expect from the grading services, and you don't send in a big ticket card and waste your money on a 9 or an 8. There are plenty of cheap cards out there, plenty of them. I buy cheap cards all the time. I love them. Like this Groudon from Celebrations is one of my favorite Groudons. It is an amazing card. It has a very nice hollow pattern there, and I enjoy it more than the actual regular Team Rocket Magma card. What can you start with today? Well, I would probably advise you to look into the 30th anniversary that's coming up and maybe even pick you up one of these. This is a PC ETB edition of the 25th anniversary. It's a great looking box. It looks great on the shelves, and it is a good price right now, in my opinion. I do believe that this box is going to be going up this year. So if you're looking to get into something and you don't have anything yet, and you do have about $300 to spend, 300 to 400, I would suggest you pick up one of these. Otherwise, guys, pick up Destined Rivals. You can't go wrong with this. Pick up this. Buy more of this. This is going to be a great set in the future. If you don't have a booster box yet, this is a great first start. Yes, it is a bit more expensive at $400, but the market has shown and proven that it is worth that much. Unless this gets a huge booster box reprint, which we don't see coming anytime soon here in 2026, maybe not even in 2027. Who knows, though? I could be wrong. But as of right now, this is a great pickup. So if you do pick up one of these, understand that it is still in print. That is another thing that you need to worry about. Pokemon sets are usually in print for about 2 years, 2.5 years, and after that time, they rotate out of print, and that's when the prices really start to rise. So if you do buy anything that is in print, just understand that you're going to have to wait a little bit longer than something like the Celebrations PC ETB in order for the market to finally decide that this is a legendary set. Fusion Strike was not a $1,000 booster box overnight. There was a significant amount of time that this booster box was in the $200 range. Same thing with Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies was in print for quite a while, and it was in the $200 to $300 range for quite a while, and now look at the price. So with that said, I would definitely say look at TCG Player, go to Pokemon, click Cards for the type, and go low to high, and just start browsing and see if there's anything that you like if it's cards. For sealed product, stick to the hype sets, stick to the ones that everybody knows is going to be tried and true in the future, like Destined Rivals. These anniversary sets only come every 5 years, so definitely these are great investments too. And even sometimes you can find base set cards or other really old vintage cards for cheaper than what you think they probably should be. So just be diligent out there, guys. If you're just starting, start very small. Again, stick with PC ETBs, booster boxes. Do not rip them. Buy your cards. You're probably not going to find anything for MSRP. Market price is okay if you're patient, and just make sure you're doing what you love in this hobby, and you will be okay, I promise you. With that said, guys, I hope all you new collectors out there learned something, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Let me know what you thought about this in the comments below. And if you liked the video, consider subscribing. It really helps a lot. And I will see you again next time. See ya.